Megan Thee Stallion sued by Cameraman over hostile work environment claim. Emilio Garcia worked as cameraman for the rapper from 2018 to 2023. He filed a complaint in Los Angeles County Superior Court on Tuesday against Megan and her companies. The lawsuit included 9 labor code violations, including harassment and hostile work environments. Garcia alleges that Stallion had sex in a moving car that Garcia could not get out of while on tour in Spain in June 2022. The claim notes that Garcia was embarrassed, mortified, and offended throughout the whole ordeal. Gurus, what in the world is going on here?
Well, she said, hands on your knees. Take your on that thigh shit.
This is wild.
To be quite honest, right? If you was with, I don't know this man. I probably should have did a little background check. But if you've been with her for 5 years,
5 years.
5 years, right?
Right.
I would assume that you probably, built some type of personal relationship with her. She's become like a big star since then. And I would assume you might kind of know her little, how she get down by a certain point. Maybe you were trying to come up too, but if that really did happen and you felt that uncomfortable, I'm just wondering how long he stayed after that. And
Right.
I mean, is this really is it abuse, or are you just trying to go check right now?
Let's think about it. You said he got wrongfully terminated. So he's upset that he lost his job, right? Because this was his bread and butter. He was probably getting paid good. All this stuff he dealt with, and she went ahead and, not only disrespect him, call him fat or whatever she did, fat shame, but she fired him. So, yeah, like, where's my money?
Yeah.
He probably signed the NDA. He probably signed a contract and all that stuff. So her just like ripping him, like, terminating him, effed him up.
He said the lawsuit filed by the cameraman, who says she worked for 5 years, included allegations of unpaid wages, fat shaming, and wrongful termination.
Yeah, but what were the terms of the termination? Like, he's saying wrongful terms. That's his interpretation. We know why he was terminated. And maybe he's just bitter because...
probably don't know.
Right.
It probably says it, but we don't know.
We're not gonna know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to determine the response as far as I'm concerned. Like, if he was wrongfully terminated, then hell yeah, she's being a little over the top. But if he was rightfully terminated, it sounds like he's kind of bitter because of the termination. Now he wants to blow shit up.
So Marcy, I know you have a background in law. What does that even mean? Wrongful termination? Can that be like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. I don't like you anymore. Like, I want to move on and get out of here. Is that wrong?
Well, all right. So, like, for instance, like in New York State, we don't have a wrongful termination law. You could literally terminate somebody for no reason in New York State. But there is, I mean, I don't know where he was hired at or wherever, but it could be any, like, I was terminated one time and I was told that the reason I was terminated was because I was happy. Like, I didn't look like I like, you can't fire me because like, how do you know I don't like it here? Like, you know what I mean? So I mean, crazy. I could say that's wrongful termination. Yeah. However, in New York State, they don't even have to give you a reason to fire you, really.
This is the second time that we have heard about Megan Thee Stallion and something going on with her entourage. So it must mean that Megan Thee Stallion might have to tighten up on her activities. Perhaps.
And people like clothes.
Perhaps, you know what I'm saying?
No more hands on the knees, shaking that. Like
Yeah.
you know what you talk about, hands on the knees. Yeah, no more of that.
That's what got her bag, so she's gonna keep doing that for sure. But
She's
Real.
gonna
I
shake
don't
that
know.
booty, honey. She gonna shake
Exactly.
that booty.
You know it.
It's
Any
good.
chance, even if she just standing still. I feel
Okay.
like something happened, definitely involving alcohol, whatever. I think something wild happened, and maybe she wasn't even paying attention to him being in the room, in the car, or whatever. I think something
Yeah.
happened, something ain't go right with them, and now it went left.
Cause we
Yeah.
ain't talking about. We're talking about a car.
Exactly.
He said a car.
But that
Right.
stuff make me feel like she really a real wild one. And it makes me rethink a couple of things that done went on in these last couple of years with her.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, come on, she's still young. Like, I mean,
Yeah, she's like
I
20
know.
something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
really
Yeah,
young.
if she
She's
was
fairly
wild
young.
in 2022, she probably been wild. Been wilding.
My daughter is 24, and I see her friends, but trust me, that's like right in line from things that I've heard. But
Mhm.
like my thing is, like, has he expressed to her that he was uncomfortable with this? Like, did it just happen and then he was uncomfortable and then didn't say anything, or has he expressed it? Because if he expressed it and she still was like, I'm paying you, deal with it, then yeah, I think that he has a case. Like, I'm not saying that he shouldn't deserve or he doesn't deserve some kind of compensation for it, because I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, based on like the ambiguity of everything, like, we don't know where, like, first of all, how really disgusted he was, or if it really didn't bother him. We don't know if he ever expressed to her that he didn't like that. Like, we don't, like, the people in court might know this stuff, but we don't know that stuff. So it's like,
But for him to be fat shamed by her,
Right. Like,
they
what
must have
happened?
had some type of beef.
Something,
Like,
yeah, some beef happened for sure.
when do you call your photographer, let alone a man? Like, when do you do that? You must be like really trying to go in on him or something.
Something happened. Buttons were pressed.
if that's what's going on, if she was sleeping with somebody in front of him, if she was fat shaming him, none of that's right. So,
Wait, did
you
it say it
know,
was a female that she was with?
Yeah.
It did say
Oh,
that.
it was a
I
female?
think I
Okay,
thought
I
it was
didn't
a
know.
male and female.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Well, if it was a guy, he's definitely gonna be mortified by that. I mean, I doubt most men don't.
It was a
do that.
woman.
Okay.
Yeah, so he probably was like, oh,
Well, hey,
Well,
maybe that ain't his thing.
there are a lot of stories going on. So this guy, I mean, we have to take things with a grain of salt these days because there are a lot of stories going around. Speaking of stories,